folks. Thank you. Calm down. All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, thanks. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Magic the Awardening, home of the Trollies, where we recognize excellence in Magic from the last year and indulge ourselves just this once to feed the trolls. And of course, we are your #1 source for Magic Awardening. I'm Reuben Bresler, and welcome to the Trollies. Each and every year, starting with this one, I arbitrarily decide who is deserving of a trolley, making it a much more scientific way of deciding winners than the BCS. This year, we are proud to present these prestigious prizes to plenty of praiseworthy participants in a plethora of professional playing card partitionments. Our first award goes to Game of the Year. There were many worthy candidates for the Game of the Year of 2012, from the miracle bonfire heard round the Chinese Taipei at the World Magic Cup, to Lauren Nolan and Max Tietz's 3-hour-long slugfest in the quarterfinals of the Star City Games Invitational in Indianapolis, to the finals of Grand Prix Orlando that pitted brewmasters Patrick Chapin and Conley Woods up against one another in a fight to see whose rare binder was better stocked that weekend. An honorable mention in this category goes to the word and the hashtag game, which has bumped up in popularity this year as a way to emphasize how awesome something is. And so, this year the game that earns the epithet game is the semifinal of Pro Tour Honolulu between Hall of Famers Brian Kibler and John Finkel. The most memorable moment of the match came in Game 4, where Finkel had Kibler dead on board, with Kibler having just one chance to draw either Whip Flare or Slagstorm to avoid getting knocked out of the competition. Improbably, the Dragon Master did indeed whip his flare back and forth, and went on to win the match thanks to some crafty Galvanic Blasts, and some Wolves that forgot that they could block. For Finkel, it was a tough loss. This moment, and his date with a Gawker reporter, marked the 2 times that John Finkel did not get lucky. For Kibler, it meant another trophy on the bookcase in the background of his webcam in between the romance novels with him photoshopped on the cover and his 10-year supply of 5-hour energy. So congratulations, fellas, for winning the trolley for Game of the Year. Sadly, neither Brian nor John could be here because I didn't call them. Next up, Deck of the Year. And while arguments could be made for various builds of Wolf Run Ramp, Stanislav Sifka's Eggs, or Twitter's least favorite floor-covering Rug Delver, only one deck is really able to claim this title. For the sheer number of tournaments it has won this year, including a staggering amount of SCG Open wins, a pair of back-to-back invitational titles, and becoming one of the few things that Jerry Thompson doesn't disapprove of, the award for Deck of the Year could only go to Blue-White Delver. The next award is for Video of the Year, non-slap-bet division. 2012 was a great year in video for Magic. The stalwart of the format, the ever-popular Magic Show with Evan Irwin, was joined by Star City Games' newest competitive video series, Above the Curve. The Wizards of the Coast produced documentary series Walk the Plains, Webisodes Network's newest Magic-based sitcom Top Decking, and what I assume is several million different Magic the Gathering stream channels. But of course, one video series came out this year that supersedes all the rest. One singular program breathed new life into the format. A program now stands head and shoulders and part of the upper torso above any competition. That is why I present this year's Video of the Year trolley to me. Yes, Magic the Newsening and the other various innings are this year's winner for Best Video, receiving all of the vote necessary to claim the title. If you don't like the decision, you can take it up with the voting committee, but I have to say, I know the committee pretty well, so I don't think it'll do you much good. And now we move on to the biggest prizes, starting with Card of the Year. Many pieces of cardboard could have laid claim to being this year's Card of the Year, from Grand Architect to Craterhoof Behemoth to Trading Post. But enough about Brad Nelson. The real contenders for 2012 include Manaleek, Thragtusk, Geralf's Messenger, Delver of Secrets, Primeval Titan, Angel of Serenity, and Bonfire of the Damned, all worthy candidates. But I felt that the winner needed to have longevity, with footing in all formats for all of the year. It needed to be powerful, and perhaps even worthy of banning discussion. And it needed to be popular, a crowd favorite for all of the community. It came down, as it often does, to a choice between 2 cards. And while Snapcaster Mage certainly fills most of those qualifications, it hasn't had the success in Modern or Block that our winner has had. In fact, our winner even made a splash in a few limited Grand Prix. So sorry, Tiago, but this year's Trolley for Card of the Year goes to Lingering Souls. That's right, folks, our Card of the Year is Lingering Souls, the most efficient flashback card in Magic history. That's right, folks, our Card of the Year is Lingering Souls, the most efficient flashback card in Magic history. Now our biggest awards, Player and Writer of the Year. This year, it's my honor and privilege to present this year's Writer of the Year Trolley to notable dojosman Michael J. Flores. The SCG Live commentator and writer of the popular Flores Friday segment on Star City Games and the Top Decks series on Daily MTG is one of the most recognized names in self-congratulation, so we decided to join in the fun and congratulate him as well. He also added audiobook narrator to his resume this year with the official Miser's Guide, a spectacularly popular self-help magic opus to cap off his year and put him high in the running for the next Tony Robbins. So congratulations to Michael Flores for being our Writer of the Year. We here at Star City Games are happy to finally give him a first place finish. Finally, Player of the Year. This award was a clear choice, although players like Shuhei Nakamura, David Ochoa, Brian Kibler, Tsu Ching Kuo, and Paulo Vitor Dance Dance Revolution put up stellar numbers. They fell short of our winner in every facet. Even Yuya Watanabe could only muster success at the Pro Tour level, falling short on Magic's grandest stage. I am proud to present the Trolley for 2012 Player of the Year to Fat Guy in a Little Coat Todd Anderson. Yes, the man who destroyed my perfectly good tweed jacket is this year's Poi, and with good reason. His back-to-back wins at the Invitational at the end of one standard format, and Cincinnati at the beginning of another are surely some of the most impressive wins this year, and doubled his oversized giant check collection in the process. His well-liked and prominent role on Star City Games playtest videos only adds to his ever-growing legend, proving that he's one of only a few men that can defeat Brian Brown-Duin outside of a win-in at a Star City Games Open. And so, for capturing the hearts and minds and goatees of the Magic community with his stellar play, quick wit, and Duck Dynasty drawl, I couldn't be happier than to present Todd Anderson with the Trolley for Player of the Year 2012. Well, folks, that's all for this year. I'd like to thank all of the folks behind the scenes for making the newsening, interviewsening, and awardening great. And I'd also like to thank you for watching. So until next year, I'm Reuben Bresler, and remember, don't feed the trolls.
Cut!
All right, I guess we're done. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next year. Yeah, so let's get going. You want me to just set this here?
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, I'm gonna just unplug and get off.
Hello, and welcome to Magic the Awardening. I'm your host, Reuben Bresler.
Oh, not again!